that our flag was still there.
A new suggested rule for the NFL.
I don't think you can disrespect our country, our flag, our national anthem.
President Trump now wants the league to require players to stand for the anthem.
You don't have to agree with them. You may think that they're misguided, but we have to protect their right to disagree.
And as backlash grows nationwide over anthem protest, some Saints fans remain undeterred.
Well, as me being a veteran, no, it doesn't bother me.
But some players are receiving personal blowback. WDSU News at 6 starts right now.
Live, local, late breaking. This is WDSU News at 6.
Right now at 6, as the Saints look forward to their game against the Dolphins on Sunday in London, many are still focused on the protest last Sunday. Good evening, I'm Scott Walker.
And I'm Sela Kim. WDSU reporter Juliana Mazza is live outside the Superdome after speaking to people on both sides of the debate. Juliana.
Well, within the last few hours, a top-ranking state official condemned the players who chose to sit during the national anthem. We'll have more on that in just a moment. But certainly there are a lot of Saints fans who share in that outrage. Now, on the other hand, we talked to the ACLU, who is supporting those players, saying there's nothing more American than choosing to exercise your First Amendment rights.
The parts we watched were so gallantly.
That's a total disrespect of our heritage. That's a total disrespect of everything that we stand for.
The right to dissent is patriotic.
It's been 2 days, and the debate only grows deeper since 10 Saints players took a seat during the national anthem.
I fought for our First Amendment, the right to freedom of speech. So they saying how they feel, but it's not disrespecting me.
If you want to protest and you want to make some kind of a statement, that's fine. Just don't do it while I'm trying to be entertained by football. It is very disrespectful.
And is what some call disrespect enough to impact the Saints fan base? Black and Gold is a Saints merchandise retailer in Metairie. They said they haven't noticed a decline in sales, but did say this is a very tough time for Houdat Nation.
People that are mad, like I said before, they are true Saints fans. They hate to think that they're not going to turn on that TV. They hate to say that. And whether they do it or not, you know, that's their right.
Just as the ACLU said it's players' rights to exercise the First Amendment.
So to say that we're disrespecting the military if we dissent is to fundamentally turn our system of government upside down.
And now the president, even some Saints fans, calling on the NFL to create a blanket rule requiring players to stand during the national anthem, maybe even face a fine. You'll remember Colin Kaepernick was never actually fined when he chose to kneel during the national anthem. The ACLU said although it is possible, it's unlikely, and if it were to happen, it would likely face several legal challenges. Live outside the Superdome, Juliana Mazza, WDSU News.
Juliana, thanks. Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser says he will not attend the game in London, even though he's already there.
I've been a supporter of veterans and families that lost loved ones at war, and I stood next to mothers when it was played many times and watched the tears in their eye, how proud they are of that song, our national anthem, and knowing they lost their loved ones at war.
We'll have more from Lieutenant Governor Nungesser and how his decision could affect tourism tonight at 10 o'clock.
Louisiana's Attorney General is backing a lawmaker's suggestion to examine state funding for the Saints. State Representative Valerie Hodges sent a formal request to have the team's package discussed at the next Joint Legislative Committee on the budget. Now, the state money to the Saints comes in a variety of forms through the team's lease, including rental payments on property Benson owns, Superdome revenue, and tax breaks. Attorney General Jeff Landry released the statement saying, why should the taxpayer subsidize with hundreds of millions of dollars a $2 billion organization that allows the blatant disregard for our flag and our anthem, end quote.
Two Saints players are no longer serving as grand marshals of the Crew of Poseidon parade. The crew sent out an email saying that Kenny Vaccaro and Alex Okafor had been uninvited to serve in the 2018 parade. The two Saints players took part in that national anthem protest during the Saints game against the Panthers in Charlotte. The crew sent out this statement saying, quote, "Our crew is forced to make a tough decision based on an issue which is dividing our community. As a nonprofit organization, we will not engage in political or controversial issues. Our parade provides an opportunity to unite people from various diverse economic, social, and cultural backgrounds." Right now on WDSU.com, you can see Sean Payton and Drew Brees' responses to the protests.
All right, turning now to weather as we take a live look outside. That's the Causeway. And a few pop-up showers today cooled things down for some of our viewing area. Meteorologist Daniel Graves has a look at your forecast. Hey, Daniel.
Hey there, Selena. The only way you can really cool down is if you see some rainfall in your area. Otherwise, it's still been feeling very summer-like for the first week of the fall season. We've still got some rain around the area as well. I want to make you aware of some shower activity across parts of the area. Not widespread heavy rainfall, but a few areas seeing some of that heavy rainfall. Terrebonne Parish near the Gray area. This is northwest of Houma along Highway 90. Some heavy rainfall there. And then you still get a few showers try to pop up here. That's what we're going to see for the rest of the evening. And across the North Shore, some heavier rain starting to make its way back into Bogalusa. Already had some rainfall earlier there. And then as you can see, it continuing to spread toward the west. So parts of Washington Parish still seeing some of that heavy rain. Meanwhile, our temperatures right now generally still in the mid to the upper 80s. We did have some low 90s earlier today, and that trend's likely to continue as we go over the next several days. When you factor in the humidity, many areas already still feeling like the low 90s. Belle Chase feeling like 100, when we could possibly see a little bit of relief coming up here in just a few minutes.
Daniel, thank you. Now to the backlash over the city firing the company that was cleaning out catch basins in New Orleans. It was supposed to clean 15,000 of them in 120 days, but only completed 347. Now city council members and others are demanding answers from the Sewerage and Water Board and asking why Ram J Construction was even hired in the first place. WDSU's Travers Mackel live at City Hall now with details. Travers?
Hey there, Scott. Many council members upset with that decision because they feel like the city, the Landrieu administration, did not go with the lowest or best bidder in this case. Now today, inside city council chambers, things got heated between the city's acting public works director and members of the council. The catch basin issue came to light last month when pumps didn't work and some areas in the city started to flood. The city fired a contractor last week, and today council members wanted to know why that contractor was even hired in the first place. Many left unsatisfied with the answers they heard.
However, they went with a company based on subjectivity that has recently been fired. So it doesn't validate, in my opinion, their reasonings for not going with the lowest bidder.
Now, what we had today is some individuals who in the middle of campaign season, we understand, chose to use this moment to push back on the administration.
Now, the city says that it did rebid that contract and went with another company that's currently in the process of fixing catch basins, although the city did point out that one of the losing bidders, the losing contractors, does plan on taking legal action against the city over this process. For now, we're live at City Hall. I'm Travers Mackel, WDSU News.
All right, Travers, thank you. Neighborhood and volunteer groups will begin cleaning out catch basins across the city next month. The Bocage Civic Association, Aurora Gardens Neighborhood Association, and the Faubourg St. Roch Improvement Association will be the first to kick off the effort this year. The groups are cleaning catch basins in District C on October 7th. Other groups will clean basins in District B on October 14th. Next at 6, funding for Orleans Parish schools on the ballot. What it could cost the school district if the millage renewal isn't passed.
Plus, the latest effort to repeal and replace Obamacare tabled. Why there's not enough support for that bill on Capitol Hill.